What's up, everybody? I am Adam Frex, and this is another episode of Talking Dynasty. Once again, I am joined, usually, as always, by my co host, Justin Olson.
What is up, everybody? What's going on, Adam?
I can get my shit. Um, there we go. Yeah, eventually, man. I fucking you live in a small ass town. These fucking hopefully I can up the production value just with having better internet eventually. So shit. So eventually we'll get there. I don't know. This is one place in my house where all of a sudden shit just gets worse and worse, which I don't understand because I have the world's tiniest house. But yeah, here we are. So what's up, brother? What's heard any interesting news lately on the Chiefs?
Nothing really besides all the fans hating on EB. Just don't make
Yeah,
sense
man,
to
that's
me.
kind of the big story. It's kind of the man. It's kind of. I think it's something that we're just kind of looking for ourselves to attach to, and so when somebody about a piece like that, someone like be doing this shit the whole time. But it's like something that they want to attach themselves to and be like, oh, that must be why the Chiefs lost. Instead of it being like, you know what? Athletics fucking happen, man, and sometimes that did before.
Yeah, like as a team,
Or
we
you have
failed.
those fuckers. This includes you. Um,
Oh, fuck. Well, I think what he was going to say was he was going to go with the NFL being rigged. Well, in my defense, you know, Patrick Mahomes and the way he's played since he's came into this league, it's like he is a freakish athlete. He just he doesn't ever quit. And in that game, we didn't see that Patrick Mahomes. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, it's a dude that fucking now I got full bars and this shit's ridiculous right now. I'm gonna have to move my fucking podcast station to where something I can actually have a decent uh a decent feed because I don't know what it is about this spot that my house hates. Um, not one of those things where I don't know. I necessarily don't put it on Patrick as fucking quitting.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Shit, this fucking
it,
thing's
it,
pissing me off right now.
I don't think
All
it
right,
has everything to do with that though. I feel like it's more of we know what Patrick Mahomes has, and for him to
right.
just when he is capable of at any moment tucking that ball and running for 20 yards, we know what he's able to do when he's able to scramble and get away from them sacks. I mean, just looking back at the last Super Bowl we played in against Tampa, it's like you seen him fighting with everything he had to try to do what he could to win that game. And it's like the whole second half, you didn't see that at all from him. And it's just, I don't know. It's just, as a football fan, it's one of them things you got to think about every now and then. I mean, I ain't saying it's a for sure thing, but sometimes it makes you wonder.
Right. Okay. It's I don't know, man. Sometimes you ain't got the juice, and it just comes down to that. I mean, in my opinion, just all right. Give me a second. Just go ahead and continue on with this. I'm gonna mess with my stuff, and then I'll be right back.
All right. So, like I was saying, it's just a matter of Patrick Mahomes. We know what he's capable of. I mean, yeah, are we going to get that from him at all times? No. But I think what really hurts us is that we haven't seen that side of him in the postseason. Therefore, when we finally do, it hit us a different way. And so that's kind of my excuse is like, my expectations for him were set so high that whenever I finally had to drop those because we wasn't doing what I'm used to, it's like, I don't know. It just makes you wonder. Of course, as a Chiefs fan or as a fan of football just in general, of course you don't want that, you know. But then I don't know.
All right. I completely had to switch off and use my fucking phone, so this is going to be a little different. So.
Well, looks good.
It looks a whole lot better because I can fucking use my internet off my phone instead of the damn computer. I don't know. My Wi-Fi has been real shit lately. So, man, it's for me. It is one of those things where it is what it is. As a team, we all fucking just sucked. Like in the second half. Offensively, I don't think defense has played as bad as we we lost, but we only gave up 27 points, 24 points, something like that, 27 points. So I don't think it's as bad as it appeared to be defensively. Just offensively, we couldn't get nothing done. Patrick had 50 fucking passing yards in the second half. And it's just one of those things that happen. Also, we've seen Patrick play that way throughout the first,
but not in the postseason. That's what I was kind of saying. Whenever you disconnected there for a second, we just never really seen that from him in the postseason, where he's incapable of giving us everything we need. He's usually been able to do that. I mean, we've been down so many playoff games and made our comebacks, and I mean that's how we won the Super Bowl that year, was just coming back every single game. So for us to have a bad second half, we're a second half team. I think our expectations were set so high, and it kind of just hit us just because we weren't used to that yet.
Okay. Well, Jacob Stevens says maybe the NFL wanted a home team advantage. I am not fucking here for that talk. All right, Jake, we'll just go with that. That goes back to this shit's rigged, and I am not here for that talk at all.
Because LA was going to play regardless, so that ain't really got anything to do with home field advantage.
Well, yeah, I'm not here. I don't have the energy after arguing with people all day about the fucking EB thing all day, and that people attach themselves and they're like, well, I don't know. Let's kind of I wish. Well, I fucking wish that article was still up, but the author had deleted it. But there's a couple holes immediately whenever I started reading the damn thing that. There's no author on the fucking name. There's literally no author on the title at all. B, that a lot of times when people have sources, like you can almost identify like on who the sources could be, like on their certain topics or certain things that thing had said. It's like, well, for them to know this much around, I mean, a lot of it, like whose camp did that come from? Did it come from Patrick's camp? Did it come from EB's camp? And a lot of other things of that nature. So there were so many holes in that. People just wanted to attach themselves to that particular thing, and it just, I don't know, man. It's I cannot believe how people just attack. Like I've been on Facebook groups all day today just because I've had nothing but fucking time because today has been completely crazy. How people have attach themselves to like, oh, that makes sense. This is why the Chiefs lost or played poorly in the second half. Yeah, it's one of those things. I think it's a culmination of a lot of things. Can it be? Can be a part of it? Absolutely. Is there some dissension amongst the relationship between EB and Patrick Mahomes? Fuck, I don't know. Maybe you can't take it out of a realm of possibility. But just to read that particular article from a website that, let's be honest, nobody probably will ever visit again. And to take it as a truth, I mean, that just seems so far fetched to me.
Yeah, and the fact that as a Chiefs fan, people actually believe that shit and run away with it and try to, use it as an excuse blows my mind. Like, regardless of what might have happened in that single game, everything he's done for us since he's been here, we've won Super Bowls, won off games, and we haven't.
Championships.
Yeah, like, come on now. Like, to blame someone who's rode with us through all that, like, that baffles me. Like, I can't even believe it.
Right. And honestly, dude, I've had this conversation with Sonny Mayo over there at Wrestling Talk Podcast, the guy who's been on the show multiple times. He's never been an EB fan, so he's always been kind of, he hasn't been an EB fan, as long as I can remember talking to him. So it's one of those things where it's like, I personally don't have a dog in the fight. If we bring EB back, cool. It must be the right decision. If we don't, that's also cool. It must be the right decision. I really don't. Either way, I don't care. For me, it comes down to Andy Reid's going to be calling the plays at the end of the day. So, what I will do though is just like when you talk about, like, if not EB, who? And one of the first guy that he had put out was Nagy, which I'm not against. We had success with Nagy with Alex Smith. He was a part of. If anything, he was a part of helping Alex Smith become above average quarterback. And then, excuse me. And then for, bringing him back, I'm cool. The one I'm not with, dude, and this name, I've seen him maybe a couple times, but he's like, bring Charlie Weiss in as offensive coordinator. Have you seen anybody say that yet? I've seen it a couple times in groups. Like, what's your first instinct when that's what you hear?
Like, I really don't think it's going to have that big of a factor. But I think, like, regardless, like, with that game we just played, that's the closest we've been to Alex Smith in a long time. So to talk about bringing Matt Nagy back is just kind of makes me grim. I don't like it.
But I don't think Nagy is an indication of what Alex Smith's top talent was. You know what I mean? What I'm saying, what he did, he got Alex Smith to top out at his talent. Like, so
yeah.
That has to count for something. What scares you though is did he ruin Trubisky? Like, we don't know what happened there. Trubisky had a good sophomore season, and then it was kind of all downhill after that. And I'm always a fan of, like, hire within. I wish if we wasn't going to keep EB that somehow we could have kept Kafka, but obviously that didn't work out because he took offensive coordinator role with the Giants. So, it's one of those things, but I am not here to have that conversation talking about bring Charlie Weiss back, because one of the things that, Mayo, I ain't trying to shit on you, buddy. I love you, but he's like, oh, he got Matt Castle to the Pro Bowl. I don't think Weiss has coached in 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, regardless, I don't know. I would try to go towards, like, I don't know, maybe Sean McAvoy's, just because, coaching tree, just because that gives us a whole nother, like, an outsider's view. If we bring Nagy back, it's kind of you're not getting anything extra out of it. You get someone from a different coaching tree that's been super successful we could benefit from what he could bring to the table.
So my particular problem with that is that's not the same scheme, man. You know what I mean? That's from a Shanahan scheme. Can we get you would have to get somebody who has to be the offense coordinator, you'd have to have somebody who has the same verbiage. So can you bring a guy in and is it as fluid as a guy who doesn't know like kind of the West Coast offense minimum, just kind of the breakdown? The McVays, the dude in Green Bay and Shanahan. That's all from that Mike Shanahan system.
Yeah, my thing is those like I feel like one thing that is better to us is distractions and having those distractions, being able to do those end arounds. If we get someone who could bring like a Debo Samuel vibe to our team and add that, I think that'll help because if they drop 8 in the coverage and we run Debo Samuel behind Mahomes, they're not going to be able to play like that for long because they're going to have to worry about what we're doing up front. And that's the thing that got me about the whole Cincinnati game was like they had 8 people in coverage. Why aren't you running the ball? Like I think that was one of our biggest problems in that game.
No, I completely agree. I'm still having struggle with this internet here. Yeah, no, I completely agree. It's one of those things where,
and like you said, at the end of the day, Reed's making the calls, so it's not like it's going to really affect us tremendously.
Right. So it really don't matter. So I just don't. I guess I don't understand the hit job that's out on EB. Like I'm not a huge EB guy or anything of that nature, but I am not a EB guy. It's just like I think when it comes to coaching staff, I mean, Andy has kind of chucked out these offensive coordinators as turning into being head coaches. So it's just like if there's anybody that I'm going to trust, and I never stand on that like, oh well, the head coach knows more. Well, obviously he knows more, but it doesn't mean I can't have an opinion. But when it comes to certain things like that, Andy knows who's the best fit at offensive coordinator. So if this year we go into it not thinking Eric Bieniemy is our best option, I think Andy Reid's going to be the best person to know that. So, or on the flip side, does EB think that he needs a different route to go to show success with a different team to be able to finally get a head coaching job?
Yeah, that's what I think it is. I truly think that's the whole reason that I don't know, it don't really make sense, but I feel like you said, that sometimes someone's always got to be the scapegoat. And Eric Bieniemy, they was talking and saying that, Andy Reid makes play calls. Eric Bieniemy ain't making the play calls. So is he really ready for that head coaching job? Well, who really knows? But I think he well deserves it. I think he's proven.
Shit, no matter what the fuck I do. All right, there we go. No matter what I do, my phone, my internet, nobody move to the country is all I got to suggest. So, Joey, man, I was gonna have you on, bro, but this internet fucking problem I keep having. This is probably the worst I've ever seen it today. So, hopefully I am. I was planning on building a podcast from where I was at, so I'll have to figure that out eventually. Hopefully that works out for me. Bro, with as much problems we have on, guys, I'm sorry this show's going to be kind of short. Jay, I mean, it's just kind of with you too. I'm having problems with my internet connection, so we'll have to let me figure that out, and we'll have to hop on some other time, brother. All right.
Sounds good, bro. Have a good one.
All right, man.
All right. Sorry, everybody. Y'all have a good night.